There is always a moment or two of immense promise when everything seems possible, when you can envision everything good. It's a moment that can stop time and it can live for what seems like forever in your mind. It hovers over you like heavy humidity on your chest on a hot summer day in the Florida Everglades. The air is not moving at all. It makes you stop breathing. And it seems as if time has stopped. How about if I told you this moment? It exists for almost everything, every action and every reaction that ever existed and that ever will be. That's a big boast, isn't it? Well, I will tell you, it's that blurred moment between desire and reality. A moment that seems as if it hangs for a lifetime. It's kind of deep and profound, huh? Well, not really. Some people just don't stop long enough to see it, to savor it. I do. And every football season that comes around, I do it over and over again. And every trial season that comes around in our business, I do it over and over again. Let me give you an example. So every football season is filled with hope for me, for my high school team, for my son's high school team, for my pro team, for the flag team that my grandsons play on, the New York Football Giants. Before every season starts, I fill my head with visions of amazing plays, long runs, deep passes, sacks of opposing quarterbacks. I can see an undefeated season. I just know it's going to happen. I see it over and over again. I feel like I not only see the future, but I'm actually creating it. Oh boy, what if this was really the case? Do I need to tell you that the Giants have never had an undefeated season? So why do I even try year in, year out, game in, game out? Why is the glass always half full? The truth is, for me, it's not even just half full. It's filled to the brim. There is absolutely no room for any mistakes, for any defeat. Isn't that an unreal approach to anything? What if I told you that many lawyers approach their cases this way and that it is not a bad thing at all? Hi there, Tony Muscolo, mediator, retired attorney, really recovering attorney. We've talked about this before. Recovering from this beast of a business that we are engaged in. Recovering from the daily stresses that are almost unbearable. The large caseloads that never seem to go away, that only grow up. The increased costs on every case. The clients who expect the world immediately. The stresses that it places on our work and family life. I know because I've lived your life, and I know that you are experiencing these things. This podcast is created for you. This podcast is going to address those issues in your life, give you an opportunity to change the paradigm that has existed in your life. Has the weight of all your unsolved cases become too heavy upon your back? Do you want to resolve more cases? You can using mediation. And all you have to do is give me a call. www.smarttomediate.com/call. Let's have a conversation about how to manage the beast of work. Let's get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about that glass being half full in relation to how you think about your cases. We were talking about how every football season is filled with hope. We're talking about how every case you see and every case you get, you don't even anticipate the problems that it can have. You're just seeing it as half full. Is that reality? Is that what we really should be thinking about our cases and about our caseloads? It's just not reality, but it is vision. And vision can be a good thing. We'll drill down into that a little bit later. So what is that moment in football that I absolutely love? The moment that I wait for every season, that moment that only comes once every season, and that moment transcends time and it transcends lives, even if it's only for a short time. I can tell you that moment is not the big pass. It's not the final score. It's not even the win that happens at that first game. By the way, It has nothing to do with winning. You might be saying to yourself, here he goes again. Tony's now talking about something that has nothing to do with football because it doesn't involve winning. He's talking about a moment that transcends time. Is he going off on a tangent again? What does this have to do with mediations? What does this have to do with my caseload? Why am I even listening to this? No, wait. Don't hit the stop button. Why are you listening to this? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you that this moment occurs before any passes are thrown or handoffs are made, before any interceptions or touchdowns. It occurs just before and during the kickoff that starts the game. That, to me, is the most meaningful moment in football. You might say, this doesn't even make sense. The ball is kicked, it's in the air, the game is not even started, time hasn't begun till the ball is caught. How could this be the best moment for you in football? Let me see if I can paint this picture for you. So put yourself in my shoes. It's the first real game of the year. You are fresh off a tailgate at MetLife Stadium, and you're with your friends and family, some of which you have been going to the game with for 40 years. You have real strong relationships over the years, ones that will never, ever be broken. You are in the comfort of seats that you have sat in for 40 years, surrounded by the people with you today, many of whom are the sons and daughters of family and friends who once stood tall right beside you before the march of time took its toll. The ball is now placed upon the tee, and the kicker sets up for the kick. The stadium goes quiet. There it is. That's the moment. It is a moment when all is perfect in the entire world that exists for your football. Not just this game. It's a time when all the outcomes you dreamed of are possible. The undefeated season, a ball kicked so far it lands in your lap. The Giants score 5 TDs a game and break every NFL record. And I am here to see it all, to live through it once more. All of that exists right through the kick as the ball flies through the air to meet its destiny. And then all hell breaks loose, and you no longer have control of the time or the future. All outcomes are not possible anymore. Just the outcome that you have no control over. And what if I told you that it is precisely this moment of all outcomes still existing that mediation works within? That mediation works within the timeless moment when everything can happen on your case. What if I told you that mediation is the ball in flight? Maybe you think I'm crazy, but I assure you, I am not. I am just a fan of the team called mediation. And my vision of collaborative settlements and resolution become reality on every case I mediate. Some resolutions take longer than others to craft, but good results always come to those who have the vision. My job as a mediator is to give you the vision to see what the outcome should be, not what you want, but certainly what you need. So what if I posed that even if you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you might just get what you need? Probably heard that before. I know I have. And this, by the way, is what I pose mediation is really all about, getting what you need. So let me encourage you to go to mediation with your cases, envisioning what you need, not what you want. I can guarantee you that if I am your mediator, I will uncover and discover what you need. We will discuss this together and come to good solutions. Mediation makes clients happier, makes you happier, saves incredible amounts of wasted time, saves costs, reduces caseloads. And I will tell you this too, it makes a happier and healthier you. I know, because this business beat me up for 40 years, and I know that there is a better way than fighting the scourge of litigation on every single case you have. Like I said earlier, the glass is not half full. It's brimming over with good results. You just have to envision them, decide that you're going to take what you need. You need to make it what you want. You need to make what you want being what your client needs. That is the secret of a good mediation. Lack of control of cases, once the litigation game has started, it's a horror show. That's when you don't have control of the outcome anymore. You know, when you go to court prepared to discuss your case, and the other side is either late or not ready or doesn't show, only you have to sit there for 3 hours, sitting in a courtroom, waiting to be called up to the bench to find this out. And then the case just gets summarily adjourned for 3 months. You need to decide that you want to put an end to this cycle of litigation. You need to embrace mediation as your friend. And why? Why would you delay the resolution of a case or leave the resolution of a case in the litigation machine, the washing machine of the court system that just replays, rewashes, and re-rinses every case? Shouldn't you want to have a say in how it settles, where it settles, and when it settles? Keep in mind that 95 to 98% of cases eventually settle before trial. This is not a secret. If this is the case, shouldn't you use all the tools available to you? I submit to you there's no upside to delay. There's only downside. If you answer yes to the question that I've posed, and you want to move your cases, and you want to change your mindset to the full and brimming glass that I propose to you, and you want to stop time and produce the result that you envision, yeah, you can do it. It's called focus. I have drilled down on this in other episodes. And after finishing this episode, go back and listen for it. I have recovered from the daily grind of too many cases, demanding clients, uncertain results, increasing costs, meeting deadlines, and all the other obstacles of personal injury work. How did I recover? Well, it took a heart attack for me to realize I couldn't do this work anymore. Not that way anyway. And it took that heart attack for me to learn methods to manage this beast of work and reduce caseloads, to provide certainty of outcome, develop relationships that sustain continued resolution. This will give you power over your lives and provide joy in all your relationships, both in and out of court. Think of it this way. Is there any doubt that the times they are changing? Chemistry teacher once told me that the only constant in life is change. Delta, he called it. If you took high school chemistry, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, mediation and collaboration are now part of that change. They are becoming the norm. Litigation may never go away completely, but I'm telling you, it's already on its way out. You can get ahead of the curve now. Be among the adventurers. Be one of the visionaries. Make your clients and you happier. No one else loves you like a mediator. If you feel what I am saying and you want to lighten your caseload, be a visionary. Make a difference in others, in their lives, and in your life. All you have to do is give me a call. Hit the link to book that call below. Or if you're watching on LinkedIn, connect with me. Or if on YouTube, you know the story with that. It's like, subscribe, and share. I hope I'll see you for our next episode.